So it's the start of Season 6, well technically it's actually about 3 days after the end of Season 5, and this piece of news has just come in, which I was not expecting at all. Our chairman, Cameron Murray, who is a new gen, so he's not the actual real current Queen's Park Rangers chairman, has decided he's going to build a new stadium in the centre of London. Good luck. I don't know where you're going to do it. I imagine you're going to probably have to knock down Loftus Road. Because I can't imagine there's a huge amount of other empty space big enough for an entire brand new football stadium. And if there is, it's certainly going to be very expensive. So we will keep an eye on what happens with this whole stadium thing as we go forward through Season 6. Let's jump forward then, I guess, to when the transfer window opens. On our return to the Premier League with Queen's Park Rangers last season, we finished quite a respectable 13th place in the table. We were, however, kind of in a relegation scrap for most of the season. We just did finish the best of the rest because of our negative 22 goal difference. And considering we were expected to finish bottom of the table, I'd say that's a pretty good success. In Season 2 or Season 6 of the overall save, I want to kind of do slightly better. I'm not expecting the world. I'm not expecting European competition. Another mid-table finish would be pretty good. Pushing for top half would be amazing. If we finish sort of 10th to 13th, that kind of area there, I think that'll be good. Obviously, in order for us to do this, we have a bit of a transfer budget to spend. We've got currently £20 million. However, obviously, in the Premier League, we get huge sums of money. So we're hopefully going to get ourselves a much bigger transfer budget that we can kind of use to expand our squad. Because last season, we spent about £7 million and managed to finish in 13th. If we spend £20 million, we might even be able to win the league. Definitely not how that works. We've also got ourselves a brand new stadium on the way. It doesn't say what the stadium is called. It just said planned capacity of 28,982. So I will keep you up to date on whether that stadium gets itself a brand new name. And obviously, I think we're still a fair few seasons away from moving into our brand new stadium. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, see how things go. Obviously, once we come back at the end of the summer transfer window, we'll probably know a bit more information about it and when we're supposed to be moving into our brand new stadium. Looking at our best 11 currently of the squad, we probably need to do a little bit of work. I think in defence midfield, certainly maybe we need ourselves a couple of wing backs on either flank, to be honest, possibly an attacking midfielder, maybe even a striker. To be honest, I think we might need to do quite a sizable rebuild over the summer, but I don't think we need to go mad. I think we've got an okay sort of collection of players. Goalkeepers, we are well good for that. Defenders, we're all right. Actually, Negru's good. Mbete is good as well. So is Grant as well. So we've got a good sort of starting three. Maybe the depth is the problem. Defence midfield, maybe there's where we need to do a bit of work. So we've certainly got some places where we can strengthen. So without further ado, let's jump forward then to the end of the summer transfer window. See what transfer business we can do. Have we managed to improve our squad? We've also got a whole load of players who are going to be out of contract as well. So I'll probably jump straight into those first to just show you who's left the club. We have spent about £6.5 million over the summer. It's not really a lot of money at all, is it, to be honest? And we've only really sold a couple of £1 million as well. We've not really done a lot of strengthening. I have gone into the free transfer market once again. Before we get there, though, let's take a look at the players who have left on free transfers. Just leaving the club, basically. We've lost Alex Palmer. He's gone to Walsall. We've lost Chris Willock, who is just not very good and currently doesn't have a club. Sam Field, defensive midfielder, has left and currently does not have a club either. Sean Stewart has left and moved over to Swindon, apparently. Casada Thorne has left and moved over to Hapoel Beersheva in Israel. We've got Eyal Pender, who's currently a free agent. This one, I feel like he could get good, but I think we outgrew him. Chris Brooker is, he's a youth player. I think the rest of these are actual youth players coming through. So Joe Huggins, he's also a youth player. He's at Barnet. Fair enough. Right, players that have left the club on other deals that aren't just their contracts expiring. Josh Grant has gone over to Real Betis for £1.6 million. There were a couple of reasons. First of all, he is 31, and in my eyes, that is basically, you pretty much may as well retire at this point. He was out of contract at the end of the season, and I didn't really feel like we should offer him a new deal at the age of 32, which is when he'll be once his contract expires, and we could get a bit of money from him. So we've got him £1.6 million. I think we did go through an intermediary as well to get rid of him. He did all right last year, but I feel like we've got better now. We've kind of outgrown him. 4 players have joined the club on free transfers. Some of them are more fringe players and ones for the future. Keanu Dyer is one of those options, formerly of Chelsea and a bit of time on loan at Bolton. The 23-year-old English midfielder has joined on a free transfer, will get loaned out. Basically, I'm not expecting much from Dyer anytime soon. I am expecting something, though, from Juanlu, who is a Spanish right wing-back. Basically, he is signed in from Sevilla, spent some time on loan at Mirandes as well, by the looks of it. Good option. I think definitely an improvement on what we did have on that right-hand side. So Juanlu is one of our one of our first players kind of joining the club who's actually going to get some game time. He is not the only one joining the club who's going to get some game time. Next up is Alvaro, a 23-year-old Spanish attacking midfielder signed from Man United, formerly of Athletic Madrid as well. He has come in on a free transfer for a player that cost £10 million just 4 seasons ago. This could be amazing business. He's still only 23. He's definitely got some potential. He's probably going to get in our squad as well. He's already played 4 times in the league for us and scored 4 goals, might I add. So Alvaro, I think, could be a great signing. Someone else who I think could be a great signing, as long as he's not constantly injured, is Rory Wilson, the 24-year-old Scottish striker with 33 caps, 14 goals to his name, has signed on a permanent deal from, I think, Villa? It is Villa. He was on loan at Middlesbrough a couple of seasons ago, or last season, in fact, scored 15 goals, scored 21, at Derby, 12 at Coventry, 17 at Wraith Rovers as well. So loves a goal when he goes out on loan. Hopefully he can do the business playing for us on a permanent deal. I think, for his age, ignore the fact he's on nearly 70 grand a week. He's good. He's good at football. I think we've got goals here in Rory. Did we need a new striker, however? Probably not. We have spent a little bit of money, not a huge amount of money in total. I think it's about £6.5 million. 3.3 million of that has gone on Oscar Ledesma, a 20-year-old Uruguayan international with just 1 cap to his name. He's come in and he's being retrained immediately to be a left wing back, but I think he is going to be superb for us. Definitely got some potential. Current ability as well, 3.5 star current ability, 5-star potential on Ledesma. He's going to walk into our starting 11. And if he doesn't, we're going to lock him into the squad anyway. And I think we needed to shore up our defence a little bit, and Ashley Phillips is the man chosen for that job. The 25-year-old England former under-21 international has signed from Fulham for 2.5, possibly going up to £3.1 million. He has moved around a few times for a lot of money, hasn't really found a home for himself. Hopefully he can find a home for himself playing for Queen's Park Rangers. Ignore the fact that he's on £81,000 a week. We can't get good players on cheap wages, okay? We can get cheap players on high wages, or we can get high wages on cheap players. The words came out of my mouth then, and I'm pretty sure none of them made sense. But you get what I'm saying, right? And that's it. That is all the business we have done. We have loaned out a whole load of players. So Mullen, Pickering, Matidis, Gardner, James Taylor going to Luton. It's kind of a big deal, I think, that on there. We've got Tiofo going to AFC Wimbledon, Gibson to Morecambe, Rodas to Bromley, and Charlie Gray has gone to West Brom. So, it is the 3rd of September. The transfer window is closed. We've got £58 million in the bank, £6 million worth of transfer budget to spend. And we can't spend any more of it until January. Although, technically, we're not going to do that in January either. So what does that mean from a squad perspective? It's quite sizable at the moment. We have got ourselves 3 goalkeepers. We've obviously got our number 1 goalkeeper at the moment is actually Craig Mulholland. So he's going to be our number 1 goalkeeper for the season, with Aziz Ziegler as our number 2. And Joe Whitworth, unfortunately for him, is our 3rd choice keeper. In centre-backs, we are a little bit light. We have only got 5 recognised central defenders, Clark, Salter and Bete. We've got Phillips, Negro and Sonoda, but we've also got players like JJ can play as a centre-back if we need him to. So I think we should be fine. As long as we don't get some horrendous injuries, we've got enough players to kind of cover the back 3. I've just had to reorder this because they were in a completely wrong order. From a wing-back perspective, we were actually kind of a bit overloaded. We have got Huggins, we've got Juanlu, we've got Norton Cuffey, we've got Alex Taylor, who isn't registered, we've got Burrows, Seon Hyun and Ledesma. We've got a lot of wing-backs. Obviously, we've got right and left-hand side. We've got players like Huggins who can kind of do both jobs here. Taylor, like I said, isn't registered. Neither is our South Korean as well in Seung Hyun. But basically, I think we're fine. We may be a bit overloaded. Defensive midfield, McGuane. We've still got Dyer. I did want to loan him out, but nobody would take him. We've got more Cornes, Kone, JJ as our defensive midfield. It's not the strongest. It's certainly not the strongest, is it? And as we go further up the field, this is where we start looking really good. Lots and lots of stars. Arguably too many. We've got Bobby Clark, we've got Al Salah, we've got Lamina, we've got Harris, we've got Dionisi, we've got Alvaro, we've got Ola Odembomi, Ayama and Wilson. Obviously the final 3 there being our strikers. I think we've had lots and lots of goals, and we're going to have lots and lots of people who are annoyed because they're not going to get game time. Dionisi, I think Lamina, Al Salah and probably Bobby Clark aren't going to play. It's going to be Harris and Alvaro probably in those attacking midfield positions. Then it'll be Lamina, and then it'll be Dionisi kind of behind. So Clark and Al Salah probably not going to be getting a huge amount of football, although they have come off the bench twice. I didn't want to click that either. So what does that mean for our best 11? It's not really changed too much, has it? Ashley Phillips comes into the back three. Burrows is still our best left back, but I don't believe it. I think that should be Ledesma. We've got Huggins on the right, Kone and McGuane in midfield, which I really don't like the look of. Next season, we definitely need to get ourselves some defensive midfielders. We've got Bobby Clark and Harris and Aoyama as our striker. I'm okay with this. I'm not convinced it's good enough to basically stay up, but we'll obviously have to see. We are 4 games into the season and we currently have the top goal scorer in the league in Alvaro, and that's because basically we scored quite a few goals. Against Everton we win 2-0, against Norwich we win 3-0, but we did also lose against Spurs and Man United. So it started actually pretty good, but we have beaten teams that you'd expect us to beat. When it comes to the season preview, we're expected to finish bottom of the table once again. This is what the media think we're going to play. I'm pretty sure it's basically the same as what we've just mentioned. Dionisi's there as an attacking midfielder, but everything else is basically the same, isn't it? Oh, and we've also been knocked out of the Carabao Cup, because of course we have. The last thing to mention, we're obviously locking in Ledesma as that left wing back. If we don't do it, he's not even close to the top of the list. It'll be Huggins, it'll be Norton Cuffy, it'll be Burrows or Corness getting in ahead of him. But Ledesma, I think, needs to be playing there, partially because he can't really play there naturally at the moment, so he needs to get some game time playing there. But also, I think he's going to be our best left wing back this time next season. Let's jump forward then to the end of the season. See how well we do, and have we managed to stay in the Premier League for a second successive season. Much like we did last season, then let's take a look at the final 4 games of the season. Up against Chelsea, we take the lead after just 4 minutes. Juanlu with the opening goal of the game. However, 14th minute, Caicedo equalises for Chelsea. It's currently 1-1. But just before the half-time whistle goes, we retake the lead. Negru, the central defender, heads past Lunin, making it 2-1 at half-time. Into the second half we go, and unfortunately for us, even though we have the ball currently, we don't keep it for particularly long. Ziegler loses out to Konate, long range effort, no one's in goal, makes it 2-2, but luckily for us, that is not how the match ends. There is a red card, or 2 yellows in fact, for Chelsea, meaning they drop down to 10 men, and we managed to concede. I thought we won this. Why did I think we won this game? I was so confused then. I thought they got a player sent off, and we won. No, we got a player sent off. Harrison Burrows got sent off with 2 yellow cards, and then Angelo scored a winning goal. So we move forward then and head up to Manchester to play Manchester City, and we take the lead once again. Alvaro this time with a long-range effort. Trubin was well off his line, terrible pass as well, meaning we go 1-0 up. However, just before the half-time whistle goes, this is very reminiscent of the Chelsea game, isn't it? Doyle plays it in the middle, cross comes in. It is Matthias Ziegler, can't quite get there, meaning it is 1-1. Into the second half we go, a corner for us comes in, Kone can collect it though, runs across to the right hand side, plays it to Harris, a bit of space for Harris, it takes a wicked deflection off Rodrigo, it's 2-1 to Queen's Park Rangers. However, a few minutes later it becomes 2-2, Mateus collects the ball just outside the penalty area, passes it, saved by Ziegler, falls to Samardzic, makes it 2-2, but the match is not quite over just yet. And that is because in the 87th minute, Queen's Park Rangers score the winning goal of the game. Corness finds more into Harris, and Harris puts the ball into the bottom corner. 3-2 victory. And this is probably why I got confused with the Chelsea game, because we won this one 3-2 but lost the other one 3-2. 2 games to go and we return back to London to play Liverpool at Loftus Road, and Mathis Tel is the man to get the only goal of the game for Liverpool, making it 1-0, meaning we drop 3 more points. We have had an absolutely horrific run of fixtures, by the way, for the final 4 or 5 games of the season, because it doesn't get any better with the last one. Because we were up against Arsenal at the Emirates and we go 1-0 down, Inacio with the opening goal after just 1 minute of the match. Then half an hour in it becomes 2-0. Gilson finds Jesus, turns, gets past his man, in on goal, can easily put that ball past Ziegler, and it's not over just yet. They scored after 1 minute and they also score after 95 minutes. Saka with the ball on the right hand side, plays it back, gets it back again from Diomande. Edge of the penalty area is Diomande again, still goes for a little run outside of the right foot into the bottom corner. It's a 3-0 defeat on the final game of the season. Did that mean we got relegated, however? That's the big question. The answer is no, because Leicester, Southampton and Cardiff are the teams to go down, and we actually finished in 14th place. Last season was 13th. We actually did really, really well. At some point, apparently, we were second in the table. We were second in the table after the first game, yeah, because we won 3-0. That makes sense. But yeah, we've kind of done all right. It's not amazing, obviously. We were almost in the territory where I was hoping we'd be, sort of 10th to 13th. We've just slipped out of that, dropped down to 15th, was actually the lowest we've been all season. I'd say that's a good year. I do want to check as well, have we got anyone on the top goal scorers? Rory Wilson, joint 10th place. 11 league goals in 32 starts. There is something else we would need to kind of have a quick look at. Two things took place in January, which I was not part of, by the way. First of all, Daniel Dionisi moved over to Everton on loan because he was on the development list and they took him in the Premier League and he scored a couple of goals for them. Fair enough. And the other one is Craig Mulholland has moved over to Al Sadd for £6.25 million because he had a minimum fee release clause. I completely forgot about that when I signed it, but yeah, basically his agent was a clown and wouldn't let me get rid of it, so there was a £6.25 million minimum fee release clause, which got triggered, and he just left. It is actually really lucky that we have Ziegler, because if we didn't have Ziegler, we would be playing... Joe Whitworth would have been our goalkeeper in the Premier League. The last time he played regular football was in League One. Right, looking at the players then, in terms of goals scored, so let's go from 8 up. So Alvaro gets himself 8 goals in his debut season playing for us. Had a pretty good year, 30 league appearances, 7 goals. He's got 8 goals in all competitions, a couple of assists as well. Actually, 12 matches off the bench. So it looks like we were doing a fair amount of rotation in those attacking midfield positions. Ledesma, as a left wing back, he's now fully natural there, got himself a certificate and everything. 8 goals, only 6 assists. I was hoping for more, but he's good. He's turning into a good player. 4-star current ability now. Luke Harris, after his successful season last time around, has another one, 9 goals and 8 assists in all competitions. So 11 last year, 12 in all comps last year, and then 9 all comps this year. And top of the tree, as you'd expect, is obviously Rory Wilson with 13. 11 of them coming in the league, just 2 of them in the FA Cup. I don't think we did very well in either the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, did we? We will take a look at that in just a moment. We've got a couple of players that I want to have a quick look at. So Dominic Corness has got himself 7 assists. Where are you playing? I'm assuming, yeah, defensive midfield. 7 assists from defensive midfield is pretty impressive. We've also got Juan Lu getting himself 11 assists as well, playing in that obviously right wing back position. Doing pretty good. Getting himself a goal as well, which we obviously did see. It's also interesting, if we sort by appearances, Whitworth and Sun Hyun didn't play. Lamina played once off the bench, and that's it. He's not improved at all, has he? He's absolutely not improved. He's on £55,000 a week, and he's absolutely garbage. Maybe we look to sell him. You've also got Bobby Clark, did come off the bench 14 times, but never actually started a game. McGuane, 1 and 1 off the bench. 1 start for Huggins, 1 start for Al Salah, 1 start for Jake Clark-Salter. Sorry, 2 starts. Ola Odembomi, just 2 starts. 4 starts for Norton Cuffley. Some of the players who were arguably playing regular football in the last couple of seasons, just not doing it anymore. Let's have a quick look at our youth intake then. It's apparently a good one. We've got a good group of talent. I'm not going to look at everyone. So we've got Ryan Morton at the top of the list, 16 years of age. Probably needs a haircut because that mohawk's utterly ridiculous. Lloyd Horgan, he looks good. I like the look of Lloyd. I don't know why. Very technical. And by technical, I mean this here is technical. Lance Okoro, who is a 16-year-old Nigerian goalkeeper with 6 free kick taken. He's basically James Ward-Prowse in goal. And we'll also have a look at Gary Cole, who's just 15, but he's alright, isn't he? He's not amazing. Anyone else with high current ability? Not really. We are still looking, by the way, for a site for our new stadium, which I think has been named Clint Hill Park. But I can't find any news article about it, but my brain's saying it's Clint Hill Park or Clint Hill Stadium or something like that. So it has been named after Clint Hill, who is a club legend, top of the list. I would have preferred to have, I don't know, Les Ferdinand Park or Andy Sinton Stadium or something like that. But Clint Hill, fair enough. So we've survived, again, 2 full seasons in the Premier League with Queen's Park Rangers. Season 7 is next up, and I think we need to be aiming upwards. Financially, what have we got? We've got just £9 million of transfer budget to spend, but I'm hoping with the £65 million in the bank, they might turn around and give us, say, £30 million, and we can have a bit of a splurge during the summer. Because when you look at our squad, I think we probably need it. Defensive midfielders, attacking midfielders, central defenders. We definitely need strengthening for Season 7. Especially if we maybe want to try and push for Europe. Let's go with top half first.